Hello. A woman destroys her 10-year marriage and then bitterly regrets it. They all cry bitter tears afterwards. Let's get started, but first like and subscribe.
Divorced men who are like in their 40s or 50s are real prime targets for women like myself in their 20s, let's say, who are approaching 30. They want children because these men who are divorced likely have children, so they know what responsibility is. And not just that, they're at a point in their life which is quite financially stable, and they don't want to fuck up another marriage, you know? They want to get married, they want the happy family, they want a stepmother for their kids, but their kids are grown up, so they actually want another family with a younger version and do it all again, but don't mess it up this time.
It feels like a sweet fairy tale for beauties like the ones in the video. A rich sugar daddy will come along, pamper her, and later their newborn kids. Even better than before, since he now knows how things work in the kitchen. But I think men just want peace and basic respect.
What is the worst relationship advice you've ever heard or received?
Find someone who loves you more than you love them.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Great. Good answer. All right. Question number 2. What's the best relationship advice you've ever heard, received, or given?
Make a list of the things that are truly important for you to find in a partner, and then be that list.
I just figured out one of the secrets to a happy marriage, a happy relationship, and I've got it right here, okay? Megan, do me a favor and say that, ask me how do I look, Jack? How do I look?
How do I look?
Okay, ready?
How do I look?
You look good. Okay, now, how is your response to that?
I don't think he actually thinks.
Yes, she doesn't think I actually think she looks good because I just said, you look good, right? Now, guys, that's what we've been doing wrong. That is the issue. I just figured this out, okay? That is what we've been doing wrong. We've been saying, oh yeah, you look good, and then we're just moving on with life, okay? Now say it again. Check this out.
Babe, do I look good?
Oh my God. Hold on. Spin.
Okay.
Oh, let me see the back one more time. Let me
Okay.
see the back. Stay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah?
Yeah!
Yeah?
You look good!
I feel like I look good.
Yes! How do you feel right now?
I feel like I look really.
You talk to your husband like that? You don't respect your husband if you talk like that, right? It's tough to do. Watch this article here. A couple things on marriage.com. Why this doesn't work out. Wives playing the mother. The wife starts treating her husband like a child. So if the boss babe is making all this money, look at your husband as your son. And then you look at your husband and say, you don't respect your son. You didn't marry a man to be your son. You married a man to be your man. You don't look at him like that anymore. It's your son. Hey, clean up. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I want you.
All human beings need to feel needed. Men more so than women, because men can't seem to justify their own existence. So unless they're needed, useful, productive, making a difference, they can't tolerate their own being. A man, when he gets married, needs to know that he is useful, necessary, important, that he is needed. So the worst thing a wife can say to her husband is, never mind, I'll do it myself. Anything the husband offers, accept it graciously, give him credit for it, even if it's not exactly what you need from him. But if you accept what he's giving, then you can move him to what you really need from him. But if you reject what he's giving, he'll quit. You emasculate him.
So I'm sitting here minding my motherfucking business, just finished my morning sessions with all of you, and there's a man that emailed me, and I can't share the email because he's yapping about what company he's from and other bullshit. He's like, I want to know why women aren't married. I want to know why there's so many single women in this world. I want to know why nobody wants to get married anymore. Like you're on TikTok. I see your videos. I've seen my wife watching your videos. You seem like you know what you're talking about, a few things, but some things I just don't understand about you. Why don't women want to be married? Why are women choosing to be single now? I want to know. Okay. And I'm like, okay, sir, you want to know? Let me give you one fucking reason. And this happened this morning that I went and checked my inboxes, checked my DMs, checked my emails. In my inbox, I have a plethora of married men wanting to get a little bit of OG. And I guarantee you that this is the same thing other women are running into. The most single motherfucking man in America is a married man. Married men are so sloppy. Married men have no shame. They will cheat until the motherfucking cows come home with whoever, whenever, whatever. And they do not care about getting caught, because you know why? Because there are so many women dealing and accepting the bare fucking minimum from men. So, sir, I'm going to send this link to this video to you. That's one of the reasons that women have no desire to be married. They have no interest in being a sidekick, side chick mistress. They want their own man, and they can have their own man. Married men will be in a woman's inbox every day, all day long. Does this help you? Okay, bye.
Not all men behave that way. Just like not all women sit still and tolerate a cheating, negligent husband. Trends are shifting, and more often, it's the wife strutting around half-naked at parties as if she's not married, or flirting at the first chance with wealthier guys.
I had an older lady tell me, she's, I think, just past 40, and her husband, I think, is like in his late 30s, like so maybe like 41 and 39. They've been married for a while. I was talking with her about some problems we were having in our marriage, and she said, Joyce, what it sounds like to me is that your issue is that you are married to a real man. And a real man is not going to be ruled by a woman. And that hit me like a ton of bricks, and it immediately came to my mind when I was reading this excerpt. When she says, don't go down the path of expressing criticism, disapproval, and an ultimate lack of acceptance for your husband because it may cause rebellion, she's telling the truth. A real man is not going to allow himself to be a pushover to the woman he has chosen.
This one's serious?
Time to end marriage?
Oh.
Doesn't get much more serious than that.
You know we're going to say yes because we are 1, 2, 3 pro-divorce.
My husband and I have been together for 9 years.
Ooh.
He has made so many mistakes.
Not a good start.
8 car accidents. That's in 9 years.
That's a car accident for every year almost.
Almost. And maybe the year's not over yet, babe. So it could go 9 for 9.
I guess that's true.
8 car accidents, 2 hidden credit cards, multiple job changes, mental health issues, drug relapse. Good Lord. Recently, we were on a trip to visit his family, and he had 2 small fender benders in the rental car. So that's 10 car crashes. We've gotten to 10. And so that makes me assume they've had a lot of fender benders, and the car accidents were like
so that
totaling the car.
Yeah, the 8 that are car accidents are car accidents.
Like not a run into a pole.
Yeah.
We're not counting those
We're not scraping
anymore.
the side of the car.
Right. I think I know this man, and I think he drives in our neighborhood.
Yeah, probably.
And I need to speak with him. I am the breadwinner of the family, and my husband didn't work until recently. He does piercing, so it's not super reliable income just yet, but it picks up quickly. I've stayed married because he's funny, and we have fun laughing together. He's smart about philosophy and books. Well, that'll come in handy. And he's not smart in a lot of other things. He doesn't make plans, and he doesn't follow through on things. We have 2 kids, and we own a home. Should I stay married or move to divorce?
So I think the problem is that you are married to what we in the industry would describe as a loser.
Being in long-term community with men usually means turning off a part of your brain.
So I'm being so fucking for real when I say this. If I'm not paying you for something and you're not paying me for something and neither one of us is required to be in the other's company, you will not see me in relation with a man. The reason I don't believe in non-transactional relationships with men is because men don't believe in non-transactional relationships. Most men only maintain relationships that they believe will benefit them in some way, shape, or form in the future. And that's not just women, that's literally how men are taught to engage with any kind of relationship. You'll often see a man in relation with people he absolutely fucking hates, but he needs to maintain that relationship, so he does. If you can't point to one really clear benefit that he gets out of being in relation to you, then you are the thing he's trying to get out of that relationship. And regardless of what he wants from you, whether it's to fuck you to make you do his work or to just make him feel better, he's only associating with you because he wants something. So please keep that in mind.
Don't modern women do the same? They're willing to play the role of a wife or mother as long as it's profitable and offers benefits. But the moment a man's annual income drops, the situation changes instantly.
Here's the #1 thing that will destroy your marriage. And most people don't even realize it's already in the relationship.
It's pride. Pride will always destroy even the strongest of relationships. Pride keeps a wife from following the leadership of her husband.
Pride keeps a man from saying sorry first, and it keeps a man from humbling himself in the way that he should as the servant leader.
Right. Pride makes us feel more entitled and demanding rather than serving and giving. It drives us to control. It makes you have to be right, and it forces others to submit to our lordship.
Ephesians 4:2 says to live together with all humility. Pride is the anti-relational way of having a relationship. Humility is God's way for the relationship. At the center of pride is I. Instead, put God at the center of your relationship instead of yourself.
Thank you all very much.
Oh my god, that's freaking huge! Babe, you gotta wake up. You gotta come look at this right now.
The best place to start is with you. What can you do differently to save your marriage? What is one thing that you can do to change your thought process and how you're thinking about your marriage? Sometimes all you have are negative thoughts. What's not going right, what he's not doing, what hasn't been the same in years, and what's not going well. All you have are negative thoughts. Maybe one thing you can do is start to think more positively about your partner and more positively about the marriage. Or maybe it's a behavior change. You stop doing things because you're tired of them and they're not doing it, so why should you do it? So maybe it's a behavior change. So whenever you ask the question of what can I do to save my marriage, or what can we do to save your marriage, actually ask yourself, what's one thing I can do to change my marriage? What's one thing I can do to change my marriage?
It's never been different, and here we go again. The grass always seems greener on the other side, but nope. Instead of bold freedom, she faces loneliness, huge bills, insurance, and an emptiness inside. She thought all of that was weighing on her while in the relationship. But no, not at all.
Narcissism really helped me destroy everything good in my marriage. The self-absorbed way that I would live, the gaslighting that I would do to my wife, making her feel like she had to walk on eggshells around me because of my personality or because of my reaction or judging, the lack of emotions that I would show to her while judging her own, the nights spent arguing and listening to her cry and just feeling void of emotion, annoyed that it was even happening to me. I would come across as being inconvenienced about her emotions, inconvenienced of what she was struggling with or going through because I caused most of it.
Contempt is when we don't want to say and we don't want to address the other person's behavior, but inside we are feeling that this person is less than. We have thoughts in our mind in which we are labeling them with names such as weak, characterless, liar, those kinds of things. And yet we are claiming that we love them because we're in a marriage or in a relationship. But we are constantly using the language of contempt, whether it's in our heart or we can sometimes be voicing it too. We are verbalizing those feelings as well. These two C's, contempt and criticism, are extremely damaging. I can tell you without a doubt, if you have these two C's, contempt and criticism in your relationship, this relationship will not survive.
Modern relationships are often riddled with criticism, bragging, sarcasm, and endless demands. Ego prevents partners from seeing how much pain they're causing each other.
You talk to your husband like that? You don't respect your husband if you talk like that, right? It's tough to do. Watch this article here. A couple things on marriage.com. Why this doesn't work out. Wives playing the mother. The wife starts treating her husband like a child. So if the boss babe is making all this money, look at your husband as your son. And you look at your husband and say, you don't respect your son. You didn't marry a man to be your son. You married a man to be your man. You don't look at him like that anymore. It's your son. Hey, clean up. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I want you.
Today's prayer is what the enemy wants to destroy in a marriage, and that is unity. Dear Lord, Bring us together in unity. Help us to work as a team, supporting and uplifting one another. May we face our challenges together with a shared vision for our marriage. Bind us with your love, making us stronger as one. Let nothing come between us that will tear us apart. In Jesus' name, amen. Tomorrow's prayer is the number one thing you need as a husband and a wife. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out.
It's sweet and admirable, but something tells me God can't be responsible for all the cheating and relationship problems people create every day. Watching endless streams of videos online, you get the sense that marriage is either dead or people have forgotten how to love.
Would you be down to find out your husband is on any dating apps right now?
Yes. I think we should check. I really think we should.
We don't check on each other. What do you mean check? We trust each other.
Why are you acting?
Because we're grown adults and we check.
Basically, we're just going to be using Cheater Buster AI right now, and it's basically going to tell us if he's on any dating app.
No, it's AI. It's fake.
If there's no problem, then why are you acting like this?
What's your name?
Dave.
How old are you?
45.
And where are you from?
Tom's River.
Yeah, I just need like a picture of you if you want to just like airdrop me real fast.
I'm kind of concerned the way you're acting right now. You're going to get found out if you are or not.
Actually,
innocent.
This is Tim. This is you, right? Like it's...
Sweetie! What is that?
This is your Tinder?
What are you doing back on there?
You left. You left a month ago.
I told you I just wanted a break. What are you doing? Oh, gosh, are you serious?
Bro, I just fixed this whole relationship and now you just messed it up. Walked up on us and screwed up my whole fuck.
Yeah, but you're the one on Tinder.
She left. You said you were divorcing me. What am I supposed to do?
You
Be
didn't sign
lonely?
the paper.
To be very honest, you're going to fall in life. You're going to fail so badly. What's the biggest nightmare for a girl? To get married and to get divorced. When that's done and dusted, you understand it's okay to be remarried, and it's okay for the society to call you a divorcee, and it's okay for the people to say that you're a divorced actress. But what's not okay is to not accept yourself. And that's the power of a single decision that you have to take for yourself, that you need to understand yourself.
These men knew that it was suicide to answer this question.
They asked 100 married men, which of the 7 dwarfs describes your wife in bed?
These 3 men had a full conversation and didn't even utter a single word. The Marine said I didn't survive the war, on the battlefield just to die at home on the couch.
So today is 2 months exactly since I got my divorce finalized, and I'm going to tell you guys some stuff I'm feeling. So initially, when I came home to help myself get better, I was in fight or flight mode like for about a good 1 month or 1.5 months. As I got home, got settled in, I was financially set back and mentally set back, so I ended up finally getting all of that fixed with my finances, my work, and everything that I do, along with school. I also went to therapy, and after everything started to kind of set in and I finally got everything I'd done, I needed to take care of myself and be on my own. I started doing things for myself, drinking tea outside, journaling, focusing on myself, and reflecting on my divorce, and I felt like everything was going pretty well. And then, not even a few days ago, I just felt this dread, this extreme amount of dread that had just taken over me. I know it's only been 2 months, but I was doing so well. And I have everything done, I'm doing everything I need to. So I think everything is finally starting to kind of hit me now that I'm settled down and no longer in fight or flight, or, my body's not in survival mode anymore. There's a lot of stages of divorce, which is like bargaining, depression, acceptance, denial, anger. And I thought I had felt that during the first month, and I was like, okay, I felt all of it during the first month and I coped with it. So, no. I guess it came back around, and it doesn't even feel like a specific stage of grief. I can't understand what I'm feeling right now. It's too shocking for me, to finally kind of just realize that all of this has happened, and I'm in a place where I can sit and think about it, and I'm finally taking it in without having to stress about outside factors is a lot. And now I'm going back to like, I miss everything. I miss what I had, and I know I can move on my own and do for myself, but right now it's just like I really, really, really am missing what I had. Maybe it's the holidays, maybe it's the loneliness, but right now I'm feeling some type of grief that is just hard to explain, and all I can do is take one day at a time. But this was just my 2-month update, I guess, of what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling and how it's affecting me. So
these are reasonable and thoughtful reflections. It's clear that time wasn't wasted. But even her work on herself didn't help her accept the idea of divorce. Regret eats away at the mind, and the imagination paints a future that won't happen with this partner. That's the pain every woman will face when she suddenly decides that marriage is holding her back.
You're doing such a good job. Yeah. Yes. No.
Okay, now be gentle.
Okay, I'm done. Mom! Look! Gucci, Gucci, goo. Granny loves you so much, yes she does.
Why would I get married? Why? There's no actual reason to get married. It can complicate things. I have some friends that just have a woman they love and they had kids and they just didn't get married. I find them happier than those that get married.
There's something about it. I don't know what it is, but I feel like once you put the marriage title on it, there's just this
like
added pressure
too, right?
that like the relationship doesn't need.
Did you hear about this new food that like completely destroys sex drive in women?
No.
Wedding cake.
Want to deal with women anymore. They're just going to give up. My question is, what don't you want to deal with? Women who have their own interests and goals, women who want to work and be fulfilled, women who want to choose whether or not to become a mother, women who have thoughts and opinions about big issues and little issues. And then when he said something that women are going to have to deal with is the fact that men won't want them. And at the end, when he says this is a real issue that women are going to have to deal with as their options dwindle. Our options for men who want to keep us in traditional roles, hard pass.
So all of those things that you just named, man isn't typically bothered by any of those things. Yes, there are still men who are looking for a more traditional woman who, yes, chooses to be in those responsibilities of cooking and cleaning and overall taking care of the house and the kids. But he wants a woman that's happy and willing to do those things. But I feel like a lot of men don't actually want a woman like that. He wants a woman that has all the qualities you just named. But I mean, if she has a career, yeah, he expects her to contribute to the bills. He's not intimidated by her accomplishments or her moving up in her career. Does he expect constant nagging, constantly being emasculated for no reason because he might fall a little short or behind her? No. Unfortunately, a lot of women think men just don't want an independent woman, which couldn't be further from the truth. He just wants a woman that's great to be around and has a wonderful personality and is willing to contribute in the relationship. Not a woman that will sit back, work, but not contribute to bills, refuse to cook and clean, and he just has to somehow pick up all the work.
Yes, that's the root of the problem. Many women believe they're being denied their rights at every turn, but in reality, no reasonable man would be against that. A well-rounded partner makes for a more interesting companion and friend. The problem is, women want to be freeloaders, not partners. They're not interested in shared burdens or decisions.